Hey, this is Matt with Extreme Kartz, and today I'm going to go over our Curtis SW180 solenoid. Going over the solenoid here, you are going to get a pre-charged resistor that does come in the box, which I'll go over in a minute what that's used for. The other couple things to mention are that this is a non-polarity solenoid, which means that you can hook up the mains on either side. It doesn't matter if it's left or right, as long as your opposite joining connection is on the opposite post. A couple other things to mention, your main terminal connections are going to be positive, negative, in that order. So if you are hooking up any smaller terminals, you will just want to make sure you're hooking it to the correct type. So I wanted to answer some common questions about the pre-charged resistor that comes with this solenoid, as there's a couple different uses for it, and when to use it and when not to use. Overall, the pre-charged resistor, for majority of the time, is used on stock controllers, meaning that if you have a Curtis controller that's built in, that's OEM, or another type of Mora controller or vice versa, typically you are going to use this pre-charged resistor. And that's because there is an inrush of current that comes on whenever you turn the key, and that solenoid does close the current, which then inrushes a good amount of power towards the capacitors to the controller. In that case, it can damage your controller or sometimes shock that. And so the pre-charged resistor, in this case, will fill its capacitors here and then slowly build that current to the controller. Now, this pre-charged resistor is not used for the Navitas controller systems. The reason being is the Navitas controller has a pre-charged circuitry already built into the controller, so this is not needed. And actually, if you hook this up to the solenoid and have the Navitas system, it can actually hurt the controller or hurt the solenoid in some cases and can damage it. So just be mindful of that. I wanted to go over the diode for a moment. Even though that it doesn't come with the solenoid, there are still a lot of questions about the diode, when to use it and when not to use it. And so hopefully some of these answers that I'm giving here about the diode can help you determine whether it needs to be used or not. So before I go into when to use it and when not to use it, I did kind of want to go over the diode itself, as it's very important on how to hook it up if you are using the diode. There's going to be a cathode band, which is going to be the silver band around this cathode here, and that is going to be hooked up onto the positive side. So you always want that facing the positive terminal, and in this case this has red for positive and then black for negative, but it is very important the correct way to hook it up. So on this solenoid here, you would put the positive on the top here, where both these are positive posts, and then on the negative, these are going to be negative posts. So you would put the negative side on the bottom here on this solenoid specifically. So in most cases, if your solenoid came with the diode and you're using the stock controller, more than likely you are going to be using the diode. And that is basically because this diode helps suppress the inrush of current whenever you let off on the pedal. And so it fuels that power into the diode and then directs it back to the coils. And that's essentially what the diode is for, is to help with that inrush of current while driving or operating the vehicle and help directing that to the coils specifically. So where it doesn't go directly to the controller at that point for that extra current whenever you're letting off on the gas there, to where it doesn't damage any of the controller components or anything along those lines, or the board specifically. With that being said, like Navitas, for instance, you are not going to use the diode unless otherwise instructed, and it's very, very rare. Typically, the diode is only used for the series model golf carts, as where they're designed, but for almost 95%, you are not going to use a diode for the Navitas system, but it is very, very rare. So for most current systems, it's not going to be used. Same with the pre-charged resistor. The reason why you don't use the diode with the Navitas system is it does already have a conductor that's built in to the system that does help mitigate that on-off suppression going to the internals for that extra inrush of voltage. And so in this case, it's already mitigating that to protect the controller, and that's all built in within their circuitry of their controllers. Lastly, I just wanted to show you how this is hooked up here with the pre-charge resistor and the diode. This would be used if you had a diode that you're using a stock controller and the solenoid came with one, as well as the pre-charge resistor. You can replace it with this new one here at that point. But this is what it would look like. You have the diode, which that cathode band is pointing towards the positive here. And obviously here we have red for positive, black for negative. Again, the smaller terminals are positive, positive, negative, negative. And it's non-polarity, so it doesn't matter which side as long as it's positive to negative there. And then same with the top here. You have the pre-charge resistor that is hooked up to the main terminals there using the ring terminals. You just slide that in, and then any other wiring hookups you would hook up on top. Other than that, again, if you're using a Navitas system, you don't need the pre-charge resistor or the diode, as it's not needed as their internals are built in.